What makes a film nostalgic? I'd like to start off with a little story. I was talking to my girlfriend the other day and she asked me a very good question. Why do certain movies, even movies I didn't watch as a kid, make me feel nostalgic? I watch them now and it reminds me of my childhood even though they weren't a part of it. I had to think about it for a bit. I didn't have an answer for her. Her childhood was defined with movies like The Lion King, Little Princess, and Jumanji. The reason these movies meant a lot and were nostalgic for her was because of her family. Every one of those movies were shown to her, watched with, or loved by at least one of her family members. And this rings true with everybody else I asked about nostalgic movies. The Iron Giant, Never-Ending Story, Space Jam, Alien, Princess Bride, Hook. Chances are I named at least one movie that means a lot to you. But beyond all that, all of those movies can be linked with a close or even distant family member, whether it was just one watch with them that made you fall in love with the film from the start, or if you watched it over and over with them. So, we found out why, or at least a big reason why certain movies are nostalgic for you, but why do movies, or more recent movies, when first viewed, feel nostalgic? Here's a quick example. When I first saw Captain America: The First Avenger, I wasn't a big fan. I didn't particularly like it over a lot of movies, but it made me feel a certain way that just really hit some deep note inside of me. So why was this movie, that was a 6 out of 10 at best for me at the time, don't worry, I've changed my opinion since then, making me feel so nostalgic? To answer this question, let me describe one of my favorite movies from my childhood without giving you the title. A young outcast with aspirations for greatness and a longing to be a part of something bigger than he could ever be, goes on a life-changing journey that leads him to discovering love, direction, and fulfillment through his selfless acts at the cost of his own well-being. This film being Hercules. It wasn't obvious to me at first, but Captain America and Hercules, while not being beat for beat the same story, were similar enough to trigger a subconscious reaction in me that made me feel the same way when I watch Captain America as I do when I watch Hercules. So from that, we found one reason why a movie can feel nostalgic on the first watch. It may hit all the same beats as a movie you already feel nostalgic about, but what about movies you can't put your finger on? Movies that hit few to no similar beats as previously nostalgic movies. A movie that is just inherently nostalgic. Let's talk about It. A movie my girlfriend feels nostalgic about, regardless of it being released so recently. So why does she feel this way? Why is such a recent movie reminding her of a childhood memory she never had? Well, luckily for all of us, the answer for this one is a lot more simple than the last one. It feels nostalgic because it presents us with relatable themes of being a kid, living life with our friends, and dealing with problems we had as kids. And also the film was shot and directed in a way to mirror the films from the 80s, but I'm nowhere near qualified to go into detail about that sort of stuff. So now that I've run out of things that I can say, I'll let you talk. What movies are the most nostalgic for you? Have you ever had any movies that were inherently nostalgic from the first time you've seen them? Let me know. But until next time, enjoy what you watch and don't let people tell you what to like.